Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, I look a bit of a mess. It's really hot again, and I have done a little bit of cleaning, so I'm having a little bit of a rest now. But I was watching a video the other day about a lovely young lady who I won't name, who is recovering from anorexia, and it made me think about myself in lots of ways because I've always been body conscious. I've always been looking at the fat content of food. I've always been really scared and worried over food. I've always panicked over food, if you like. I've always had this, if I eat this, I'm going to get fat. And, I won't eat all of that because I get fat. And I won't eat lots of cake or biscuits because I'll get fat. And during the COVID-19 lockdowns, I thought I won't eat certain things. I'll stick to that regime, if you like. And I have a stomach condition, which is not very nice, which I have to take a lot of medication for. And I thought, if I eat that, I'll get sick, So I'm being particularly careful. Excuse my face, my eczema on my eyes has come up. So I'm trying to keep the cream on my face. If I have that, it's going to make me ill, so I won't do that. And then something clicked during the second lockdown. I thought, you know what, at the time, my dad was recovering from open heart surgery. My mum had had her hips done during COVID, which was quite a scary time for all of us. And suddenly I just thought, well, if I want a biscuit, I'll have a biscuit. If I don't want a biscuit, I won't have a biscuit. I won't have a piece of cake. I won't do this and I won't do that. And all these thoughts were going through my head. I felt guilty. I even got some scales. And as you get older, your body changes and you go through menopause. Your body does change. My body hasn't changed much at all. Only, I think I don't get hot anymore. I do get hot, but not hot sweats anymore. Hot flashes, as it were. Your body changes as you get older. And I think the last 2 years have made me realise if I want to have an ice cream, which I have vegan ice cream, because I've got a stomach problem and I can't stomach dairy, I'll have it. And then I think, oh, should I have had that? Yes, I should have had that. And I can't eat potatoes, and I love potato salad, but I can't have certain food, obviously. And during lockdown, the first lockdown, I had asparagus, avocado, and all these things because I fancied them. But that I paid for it because my stomach didn't like it. But then I think, like come Christmas time, you think, oh, I'll have a little bit of everything that I fancy. Why not? Why not? I mean, I like feta cheese. So I think, oh, I'll have a bit of feta cheese. And I think, oh my God, I've eaten a bit of feta cheese. And I'll start panicking and going into this whirlwind. And I think, oh, do I look fat? Do I look thin? And there's all this preconception, isn't there, about how we look. And I said this in a previous video. During lockdown, if you went out, to go to the shops or to get something, nobody looked at you. Nobody cared. Everybody was just too worried to get out what they wanted and get in their car or wherever and go home, because that was the rules at the time. Get in, get out and go. Nobody cared. I mean, you could have gone out in your pyjamas, I reckon, during lockdown. Nobody would have cared. And it was like that time when people just didn't seem to care what they looked like, because people couldn't have their hair done. People couldn't, do all these things, have their eyebrows done if you're a lady. All these things, were gone. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. And, it makes you think, like, if I have this, what will happen? And these were the thoughts that sometimes go through my mind, and not so much now. If I want, like, say, at Christmas, a piece of cheesecake, dairy-free cheesecake or vegan cheesecake, and I think, oh yeah, I'll have that. Then I think, I've eaten that. It was really nice, but should I have eaten it? But yes, I should have eaten it. And yes, I enjoyed it. And yes, it was lovely. I love pasta. I absolutely love pasta. Not with garlic, because I can't have garlic. But I do love pasta. And sometimes I think, I'll have 5 or 6 bits because that'll be all right. And then I think, well, why don't I just have the rest was in the box, because there's only like 8 or 9 bits in the box, because they're quite sort of like big bits of ravioli. And you always have that guilt feeling in your head. Should I have eaten that? Should I have done that? Should I do this? But then after the last 2 years, I think, well, yeah, go for it. Just have what you want, you know. Obviously, things are very expensive at the moment, and we can't all have what we want. But, you know, just eat what you want if you can. Challenge yourself. Make it, you know, like make food fun. I mean, my partner's a chef, and, you know, make it fun. Make it an activity, you know. Try and help cook with your folks if you're at home. And get involved, maybe watch cookery programs and learn how to cook different things and try different things and experience different things. Because life is a challenge, and I find things sometimes particularly difficult. And sometimes you get into a panic and you're like, oh God, should I be doing this? And it's like sometimes if I can't park, I'll get into a panic and, oh God, and I'll go into a right old tears sometimes. Sometimes I have to think, just breathe and calm down, just take it easy. Just, you know, if somebody wants to park there and I can't get in there, then I'll go and park somewhere else. Silly little things like that, you know, just plays on your mind. It's like going somewhere, you think, oh God, you know, sometimes it stresses me out, but sometimes I just think, well, let's take it easy, just go, just do it, and it'll be okay. Please excuse my hair again. I have actually washed it, but the heat has made it go peculiar. But, you know, I was thinking today when I went shopping just to get a couple of bits, you know, you look at labels and things, you think, oh, I have to look for certain things because I have to have dairy-free and gluten-free food. And, you know, you look at all the biscuits and everything, and you think, oh, I'll have one of those, that might be nice. And then you think, oh, should I be eating that? Yes, you should. If you want it and you fancy it, go for it. You know, I'm looking at some of these little videos of young girls, young ladies recovering from anorexia. And one of the things that I won't name the lady because I don't remember her name, young lady. She said, oh, my periods have come back, so I can have children later. And that's one of the things that starving yourself, and obviously having anorexia, you can't, your body changes and you can't have your periods, and you can't eventually, you know, have kids if you continue, unless you get well and you fight back and you get better. I never personally wanted children because I worked in education for so long, and it did put me off, but that's another video. But please, girls, all these magazines and everything that's out there is just too much. Take no notice. Nobody is that size because they airbrush absolutely everything. Nobody is like that. Nobody is like that. Athletes even have some curves. So, girls, if you're looking at magazines thinking, I want to look like that, and you're thinking, I'll go without this, that, and the other, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just think, you know, that is a magazine cover that's been airbrushed, it's been altered, it's been everything. We are what we are. Enjoy what you are. Do fun things, because over the last 2 years, we haven't had that much fun. And everything's so expensive. So think of things to do. You know, if you have recovering from a food eating disorder, try and think of maybe a hobby or something that you'd like to do. Maybe reach out to other people, start a group up. Maybe that's, you know, people start a little support group with other people that have survived anorexia or any sort of form of eating disorder or any sort of problem that they're having. You know, reach out to each other, because the more you reach out, the more that you communicate with other people, the better it becomes. So always reach out to your parents or whoever looks after you, whoever you can turn to. Just get some help. So help and support is the biggest, bestest thing that you can do. As I said, I've had some struggles in my life. You know, occasionally, if I went to a restaurant and there was this huge plate of food, I'd be panicking. The fear in my face would be like, oh my God. But just take it slowly, take it easy. You know, I no longer look at the fat content of food. I just think if I like it, I'll have it, and I can eat it because of my stomach problem. I will eat it. But girls, just remember, the magazines aren't real. They may be real people, but those pictures aren't real. So whatever you're doing for the rest of the weekend, enjoy. I think it's going to be hot tomorrow, But I think the rest of the week's going to be cooler, thank God, because it's been so desperately hot, hasn't it? It's been absolutely awful. Can't do anything. So remember, girls, just don't look at the magazine covers. Enjoy your lives, and everyone, whatever you're doing. And also, if you want to grab a bargain and you want to start your Christmas shopping early, check out Line with 111, because we're going to be putting up toys and all sorts of backpacks and things very, very soon. So check us out. We've got some really great deals on today. We've got some really great toys on. So if it's your birthday, anniversary, wedding anniversary, or whatever celebration, check our store out and there might be something there for you. And I'll speak to you real soon. Ciao.